All right, so there's a narrative that has been running through the whole downline real estate space for years now, and I genuinely think it's doing serious damage, not necessarily to the companies because they're growing, but to the agents. And let me describe something that I've seen play out a million times before. An agent joins a virtual brokerage with a revenue share model. They get excited about the potential income. They start doing the math on what their life could look like when they have a few hundred people in their organization, maybe a few thousand. Someone shows them a chart, and buried down in there's their path to freedom, right? Someone tells them a story about an agent who barely works anymore because their downline is so big, and suddenly production, actually selling real estate, actually serving clients, starts to look like a temporary thing, the thing that they're doing until the real thing kicks off. And guys, that is a lie. And it's not a lie that anyone necessarily set down and invented. It's the natural conclusion of a narrative that paints this revenue share picture as an exit strategy, as the thing you build so that you don't have to do the hard stuff any longer. Now, here's what that narrative has actually produced in this industry. Brokerages with thousands of agents where 60, 70, 80% of those agents are doing zero transactions. Not because the market's bad, it's the same market for everybody, not because they're still new and learning, but because they joined to recruit, not sell. Because someone sold them on the idea that recruiting was the path out of production, and they opened up their wallet and bought it, okay? And most of them aren't even good at recruiting, and they certainly aren't good at attraction, because the agents who are genuinely great at attraction are almost always great at production first and foremost. The two things are connected, whether we want to admit that or not. You cannot credibly invite someone into an opportunity that you yourself are not fully operating in. I think that's something a lot of people miss. So what you end up with is this massive ecosystem of agents who aren't producing, aren't attracting, and are basically just affiliated with a brokerage in name only while they wait for a result to come that, guys, it isn't coming, right? That's not the fault of the revenue share model. Revenue share as a concept is genuinely powerful, and I love it. I do believe it is the model of the future. The fault is in how it was actually positioned to the agent as this escape hatch, this get rich fast, don't have to work scheme, right? It's sold as the real opportunity, with actual real estate sales being the thing that you do in the meantime. It's crazy. Flip that upside down and you've got something that actually works. If you keep it right side up the way it's positioned, and you've got an industry stat that says 71% of all agents do zero transactions last year, a number that trends even worse inside downline models. Somebody needed to say it, so I'm going to say it, whatever. Revenue share isn't the lie, okay? The way it has been positioned by all these so-called influencers is absolutely the lie. And there's a much better story to tell about what this tool actually is and what it can actually do for agents who are serious about building something real. And that's what this series is about. So follow along, grab your popcorn. There's a lot more of this conversation on deck.